What is going on, guys? My name is Shane for Games, and today we'll be talking about where to find weapons and the best places and ways to achieve in getting them. So let's just start off with let's pick Byakuya's. And we click on it and we can see that ways to achieve, it says Chapter 5, Episode 10, Chapter 7, Episode 10, Division Store, Trial Store, Serite Search, Soul Trial. A lot of these are random. Like Soul Trial, it's not guaranteed to get it, it's just a chance to get it. It also says Udohara Store. So what that is that it's in the shop, but you might have to pay mags for it. There are many others here, like Renji's or Yumichiko's, or even Zangetsu up here for Ichigo. You can actually buy these with Reishi, and if you want that weapon, check the store first with Reishi. Never spend mags on a weapon that you can get in the store unless that's the only way you can get it. So let's go down here and look at like Holly Bell's weapon. It says Udohara Store Ultimate Deal. If you're running low, then this is an okay one, because the only really ways to get her weapon is through that. But I would almost still rather just buy keys to either get her shards and a chance at her weapon. But I mean, at the same time, getting the weapon, you know you're spending the mags, you know you're going to get that amount of weapons rather than... It depends on, I guess, where you're at in the stage of going through here. But let's look at like another one. So here's Aizen. So it says Chapter 8, Episode 8, and you can get it there. And then there's different aspects. But say for like example, let's try Zangetsu's. So let's find Zangetsu. Zangetsu's weapon is down here, and it says Chapter 9, Episode 9. If we go here and click on it, it says that it's right here on Chapter Episode 9, and it's not lying. If we go back and we can go back and look at it again, and if you notice that it doesn't actually show any other story modes. So I'm like, okay, then I'm not going to spend anywhere else. You can actually get him through the ranking store as well, and that's the main location that you get, but you're probably going to want to buy Zangetsu shards over his weapon, since you can actually get his weapon in story mode. So if we go back up and we open it back up and we see Chapter 9, Episode 9, and here's if we'll click on it, we'll go to it. Like I said, you could see it there. But if we scroll over and we go here, we can actually see that Zangetsu's weapon can be gotten from Chapter 10, what is that, Episode 7? But it's not actually listed. And there's a ton of these that are very similar. The same thing for here with Toshiro's weapon, Horimaru. So if we go back, and I believe here is the weapon on Chapter 9, Episode 10, or Level 10. So if we go back over here, let's try and find his weapon. And it says Chapter 9, Episode 10. Of course, also the main way is through Trial Store. But it's missing those levels that have these dual weapons in them throughout the whole thing. So you're not actually wasting as much as if you were trying to spend it on getting another person's weapon. Another easy example is Sajin's or Konomaru's. If it says here, and I'm sure if we click on it, it won't actually go to it from here, but here on Chapter 6, Episode 10 will be his recommended level. But if we go back over again into Chapter 10, we can actually see that we can get Kenpachi and his weapon, Konomuro and his weapon in the same level. So you're actually spending less stamina by using these dual weapon levels. And there's a ton of them around here. You can actually get all three. Now this is a bad example here because you can actually buy all three of those weapons. Here's another dual example here. So right after, if you can make it past Chapter 9 and we go into Chapter 10, Chapter 11 I believe as well, and you can also start to get Yami's stuff down here. You kind of just explore and look around because they give you really random items. But my biggest thing that I've actually been spending it on more recently here is, and look, you can actually get Rukia's weapon here. And I don't even know where it says to actually, I haven't tried to get her weapon yet. We can go and look real quick. It says Chapter 12, Episode 2. So it actually does recommend that level in that case. But like I said, it's missing some of these chapter 11 and 10. This is like a treasure trove of different locations. I think it's chapter 9. We actually have a way to get Yoruichi's weapon on top of getting with Soifon's at the same time, and so you can level up both of their weapons in one go by spending the stamina in this one setting, and it works really well. Now to kind of go through here, and I'm going to go just kind of quick, and I'm sorry if this is not an easy way, but that was the main thing that I wanted to talk about, is that you just really go around in the story mode and check to see where the weapons, if you can find it somewhere else, or ask around, because people might have little tips and tricks like this that, you know, that are there. But again, I would never spend mags on a weapon that can be gotten in the story mode, because mags are the least resource that you're going to have available over stamina. You'll have a ton of stamina. If you look right now in the background, I have almost at 15,500 stamina, and I have most of my characters maxed out to rank 12. Of course, now the limiting factor being the new red Hogyoku. So now I'm spending all this time collecting weapons, and I have all this abundance of stamina now, but I don't have the abundance of mags. I have a ton of stuff that I would rather put my mags into over spending them in the store. Guys, my name is Shane for Games. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe. And as always, keep on playing.